An exploration of audio clarity. The controversy. Audio clarity. The water purification enhancement system in a bottle. Purify any water. Neutralize sodium fluoride. Neutralize chlorine. Eliminate anaerobic bacteria. Reduce and remove toxic heavy metals. Neutralize chemicals and other toxins. Make invisible contaminants visible and filterable. Keep your water alive with plenty available oxygen. Water pollution plays a part in sickness, disease, and death in the world. Our water quality situation is getting worse every day as companies, industry, and governments are dumping chemicals, trash, and other pollutants into our drinking water. This later requires enormous, horrendous filtering and treatment in order to become drinkable again. Yet even when water is drinkable, is it actually good for us? Did you know that fluoride will shut down your pineal gland so your intuition is suppressed? Water today is more important than gold, oil, and other commodities. We can survive without food for a while, but we will die without water in a short time. Clean, living water equals good health. How do we get good water if we cannot trust the water that comes out of the tap? And so-called mineral water that is bottled who knows where, mostly coming from dried and tapped out spring water sources in third world countries or even in the US. Water, in order to be viable and alive, needs to carry a proper charge. This charge is what allows water to be an effective carrier for nutrients and toxins, conductor for biological processes in the body and in nature, and consequently a vital part in optimal health. Without clean, oxygenated, and charged water, toxins stay put in our bodies, sediment in our tissues, and cause disease. Furthermore, our body doesn't function properly to carry out its vital tasks and functions. This charge in water is minerals. Not just any minerals will provide the correct charge that makes water hydrating and viable. The minerals need to be ionic, unaltered from nature, and available to be able to stay suspended in the water. Minerals, as the ones in audio clarity, are ionic, unaltered, derived from black mica volcanic rock. They purify water from toxins, oxygenate. Biological matter ceases to exist in these conditions, and structure the water, thus creating water that is much more hydrating, which derives these valuable minerals into our cells. This is the charge that initiates all biological functions, from digestion to elimination to our heartbeat, breathing, healthy skin, etc. In a fire dance, igneous rock is born under conditions of most intense pressure, high heat, and sulfuric acid. One such rock is called black mica, or biotite. Extraction mines the magnetic sulfate minerals from the black mica, and with this process, audio clarity is manufactured and bottled in cold water by owner Mark Bakos' team of experts. Beneath Earth's seas and deep under the ground, volcanic fields of mafic volcanoes gurgle and boil up magma rich in common silicate rock-forming minerals, magnesium, and ferric sulfate. Mafic lava's lower silica content causes it to have a lower viscosity as compared to other types of lava, so water and other volatile compounds can more easily and gradually escape from it. Since the dawn of time, black mica has served nature as a collection of sieves to cleanse the Earth's vast seas to its aquifers and springs in the form of inorganic sulfates. Most mafic lava volcanoes are found under the oceans of the world, like those in Hawaii or Japan. The patent extraction process, created by Dr. Oseo Shimanishi, a Japanese man involved in the studies of removing contamination from water, yielded a liquid form of these superminerals locked in the volcanic rock. The extraction process yields an all-natural, water-purifying additive, unaltered by chemicals or dangerous compounds, but utilizing one of the most powerful forces in nature: magnetism. This power is best demonstrated by the mineral's ability to cause certain dissolved toxins and contaminants that people cannot see to become visible and insoluble, separating them from the water itself, making it easy to filter. The scientific terms of these processes are agglutination, gathering, the clumping together in suspension of antigenic-bearing cells, microorganisms, or particles in the presence of specific antibodies, and deposition, separation, the settling of particles, atoms, molecules, or sediment from a solution, suspension, mixture, or vapor onto a pre-existing surface. The contaminants would otherwise be nearly impossible to filter, making it very difficult for the average person to remove them from water. Audia Clarity is a magnetic mineral liquid additive added to water that has been developed close to 40 years ago by Dr. Shimanishi, a well-respected Japanese scientist who devoted his life in the search for solutions to clean water. Audia Clarity is an extraction from a volcanic rock called black mica, and the result is an all-natural, unaltered water-purifying additive with close to 100 minerals in ionic form. Using the power of magnetism, these minerals will separate dissolved contaminants and toxins from water, causing them to become visible and insoluble, making them easy to filter out. Shimanishi's studies have brought him to a point where he understood that the true magic of clean water lies in its charge and oxygenation. Furthermore, he discovered by observing nature, the minerals in water are what helps maintain the charge and activates its oxygen. The true essence of clean water in nature is in the salts that are in them. Audia Clarity is a mineral salt from nature. Oxygen from the air will not do the job in terms of increasing available oxygen in water. Audia Clarity activated water loses its ability to attract pollutants found in most water sources today. Thus, it loses its toxicity and changes to water good for our bodies. Those elements that are not supposed to be in our water are separated out, and the minerals found in Audia Clarity are added into the water. General consensus in science has held for thousands of years that minerals and water flush the body of toxins and were used for this purpose by the ancients. Mineral salts were even used as a form of currency in those times. Its recognizable value has always been as a purifying agent for water and food. Today, drinking Audia water acts to cleanse our bodies of impurities, much as the black mica acts as a sieve to cleanse our oceans. The principles are exactly the same. A few thoughts on water. Water never leaves our planet. It's recycled all the time. Water shares the same fate of the earth. Its last day is when the earth dies. Water, no matter its source, is pure. It cannot rot or spoil. It doesn't change its molecular structure at all. What does is the organic contaminants that are in it, that are trapped in the space between molecules in clusters resembling grapevines. Water is water. It just is. It doesn't need to explain its identity. Water never changes. It's the pollutants inside that make it undrinkable. Doesn't this sound like human beings? We are all, in essence, pure and clean. Our body doesn't rot. It's the toxins, mental, emotional, and physical we have inside of us that cause our body to rot and become unlivable in. Well, when we clean ourselves out, then our body thrives. Our essence is like energy, like water, doesn't disappear, is just recycled into a new body. When activating oxygen in water, oxidation power is increased. The rotting process of organic matter is stopped, and contaminants can be pulled out via agglutination. This process has proven effective in the growth of plants and animals. Some of Dr. Shimanishi's biggest clients that use these minerals as their respective water treatments are Toyota, Sony, Hitachi, and Matsushita.